You can count on me, sir. I'm a real pro when it comes to letting things slip to the defense. Oh, that's cute. Don't tell me we're gonna play chess against this goofball. Oh my god. Here they come. It's gonna be somebody cute and wimpy. Of all the recurring characters. Oh my god. Tournament Big Top. I love this song. Alright, yo, welcome back. I'm really pumped. I'm recording this a couple days later. I don't know when it'll come out, but I wanted to backlog them. I'm really excited about this case. I'm really excited about this game. Let's do it. Last time we met Verity Gavel, who is like a high judge. We met Eustace Winner, who is a new prosecutor. We met Eddie Fender and a couple prisoners. It seemed like there was something with the dog, having a bell, maybe killing Bronco Knight, and I'm kind of interested in his death. I don't know who did it. I don't think we've met the culprit, and we don't know enough yet. There's not enough like intrigue to figure out why that happened or what's going on, but we're getting some pieces of the puzzle. I think this case is really cool, so I'm excited. Episode 2, The Captive Turnabout. Middle. A suspect has been arrested. Oh, a suspect has been arrested. So maybe there's 3 chapters, beginning, middle, end. And they're named after chess stages. So like opening, middle, and then endgame. Alright, let's do it. I think this is the first time being in his office in this game, and it looks fantastic. Love that he has a little steel samurai. He's got hella tea, chessboard. This is, oh man, this is cute. I'm having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. This is really nice. Ooh, I still can't believe what happened yesterday. It was terrible, the way those two treated you. Now let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess, Edgeworth. The committee hereby decrees that the prosecutor Edgeworth be relieved of his duties and replaced by prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict. Judge Gavel and Mr. Winner certainly didn't mince their words, but that's not what concerns me right now. I'm more worried about the committee's reasons for doing what they did. And what they might do next. I suspect it won't be good. Earth to Mr. Edgeworth, are you listening to me? Yes, of course. So this is it? You're giving up on the Bronco Knight case? No, I have no intention of doing any such thing. To walk away from the case would be to tacitly accept the committee's decision. The only problem is that I don't have the authority to continue investigating. It's interesting. There's not a really good reason for him to want to be on the case. Like, normally the motivation for Phoenix or the defense attorneys is like, nobody else will do it. I have to, or nobody else will do it as well as I think I can. I think I can defend. I could save Maya. I could save Edgeworth. I could save whoever. But Edgeworth's just being a hater. He's like, I want to make sure whoever did this, I want to get him. But he, you know, because he's interested. I as the player want to be on that case because I'm curious. So it's just interesting mechanically that Edgeworth's like, they gotta let me back on. Yes, what is it, detective? I've got some bad news, sir. Word down at the precinct is they just arrested somebody for Knight's murder. What? Do you know who it is? No, but I heard they're being held in the detention center. Maybe you could go talk to whoever it is. Good idea. Let's get down there, Mr. Edgeworth. Even without the authority to investigate, surely I could still pay a suspect an innocent visit. Alright, we're on our way. Me too. I'll see you there, sir. But Won't you be missed, Detective? Nah, everybody's busy in the prison going over this crime scene anyway. Good, then we'll see you shortly. Yes, sir. The homies. Man, I love them so much. I'm not wild about Kay Edgeworth, because I don't know. I'm not totally sold on that yet, but Edgeworth and Gumshoe, I'm crazy about. They have a really good relationship. You got it. Did I click auto on accident? Or is that saving? March 28th, 10:23 a.m. Detention Center. That wanted poster is funny. It's also, I like seeing the detention center from a different POV. Still no sign of them, huh? Indeed. Wait, this is just like last time. Please don't tempt fate like that. No, I can't. I just can't. Sure you can. I told you, it's just a pair of visitors. Okay, so I thought it might be the dog, but it's not the dog that's been found guilty. Sounds like someone really doesn't want to see us. No. Just talk with him, please. But one of them's a prosecutor, right? Aren't they all super scary? All they do is stare at you, right into your soul. You must be the suspect in the... Sissy. Okay, why is this man so flustered? Probably because you're being you. But I guess that's just how you are. Thanks for clearing up absolutely nothing. Hey, Mr. Suspect, you doing okay in there? We just want to have a little chat with you. No biggie, right? Who are you? I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick. It's just a part-time gig I'm doing while I take a break from my real job, though. That's another really funny thing. Maya has a good reason to hang out with Phoenix. She works at his building. They live together. They hang out together. Gumshoe has a really good reason to be with Edgeworth. They're like partners, like in their job. Kay is just like a homie. Like she's unemployed, chilling out, doing whatever. Funny, I don't recall ever employing you. And that's Mr. Edgeworth. He is a prosecutor, but he's not going to stare a hole into your soul or anything. Oh, please. Really? Really? Eek! Anyway, can you please first tell us your name? It's Saint. Simeon Saint. Simeon Saint. I don't know what that is. Well, nice to meet you, Simeon. You can call me Kay. Everyone else does. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. I would like to ask you a few questions, if I may. Please, Simeon. We're trying to help you. I promise. Really? Thanks to Kay, it sounds like we might finally get some answers at least. Simeon Saint. I don't know. I like the Kuklo drum, whatever that. Yeah, this music's dope. I like this for like the idiot song more than I like other ones, I think. Like the goofball old bag song or Lotta Heart song. I like this. Perhaps you could start by telling us a little about yourself. Who, me? Why would anyone want to know anything about me? I'm boring. I'm nothing. I'm a nobody. Do you have a job? Oh, well, it's hardly worth mentioning, really. I'm your average corporate pencil pusher, just like everybody else. Honest. This is gonna take a while. Yeah, this guy's getting on my nerves. Relationship to Knight, is he a chess piece? No. About you and Mr. Knight. And just when I thought we were making progress. Okay. So, Simeon, did you know Mr. Knight? Come on, you can tell me. Bronco? Yeah, I knew him. We were friends. Interesting. I wonder if he knew that Knight had been arrested. And, did you know Mr. Knight had been arrested? Yeah, I even came to visit him. He came to see Knight. I wonder when that would have been. And when was that, Simeon? She's on the ball. It was the day before yesterday, around lunchtime. I came as soon as I got the call from the cops. The police called him. Why? How come the police called you? They said Bronco asked him to, that he needed a favor. A favor? Uh-huh. He wanted me to bring him his chess set. The pocket-sized one. So I went by his place and then I came here. A chess set. A chess set? Is it just me or is she getting better at stealing my thoughts? She's good at interpreting him to normal people. Yeah, I dig him. I like that. You do know everything you think is written all over your face, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Hee. Yeah, I'm not a mind reader, just an expression reader. Amazing, right? Don't you love having a sidekick as helpful as me? And have you read what my next move is going to be? I sure have. There's something you want to show, Simeon. Good little... I like that little push. I like the little hint. Maybe it babies it or dumbs it down, but I like when they tell you what to do. I like when they give you a nudge in the right direction. So this chess set. Oh, that's the one I brought for Bronco. Well, that settles that at least. But whatever was in there that he smuggled into the prison is not. But isn't that interesting? What could fit in there? That's like kind of an interesting puzzle, because... This is a murder investigation. Oh, please. Even your heart skips a beat when you're about to open a mysterious box. No, maybe it could fit. So I was just thinking, like, if these pieces are flush against the box, there's nothing else that could fit in there. So if, like, a piece was missing, you'd maybe be able to say, like, oh, something that size could have fit in there. But it looks like there's plenty of space to fit something. Maybe not, actually. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Could be a secret compartment or something that we're going to be able to see later, or one of the pieces is different than the others, and it got counterfeited in. But that totally seems to me like he smuggled something into the prison, and somebody killed him for it, or had some relation to his murder. We found it next to Mr. Knight. He always had to have a chessboard somewhere nearby. I'm not surprised he had it with him when he... Simeon, you and Mr. Knight, you were very close, weren't you? Yeah, we were best friends. At least I thought we were. But I guess I was wrong about that. What do you mean? If I knew him so well, why was it such a shock for me to find out he had killed someone? It's not easy discovering someone you're close to has committed a terrible crime. It's a very bitter pill to swallow, indeed. That's what this game is about. That's nice. We need to... I think one of the interesting things about Edgeworth is he was written in a way that was like just supposed to be this interesting story for game one, and then he wound up being this like crazy popular character, so they had to write a new prosecutor in so that he didn't get whooped over and over and over again, and later you play as him, and then they made a spin-off game about him. So I think maybe the first Investigations game was just like, what if Edgeworth had a story? But it seems to me like this one is dealing more with the repercussions of like the crimes Edgeworth committed and the crimes his mentor committed, the way he was conditioned to practice law. That's cool. And we've never heard Edgeworth, to my memory, talk about, you know, how difficult that would be. Like, imagine if Mia Fey was this like terrible person and you found that out later. I don't know. I'm interested. I want to see what happens with Edgeworth and his relationship to Von Karma. How could it all end like this? I could never have imagined something so awful. Something's not right here, Mr. Edgeworth. There's just no way Simeon murdered Mr. Knight. Yes, he certainly doesn't seem to have an obvious motive. Then again, he wouldn't have been arrested for no reason either. I wonder what grounds they had for doing so. Okay, sorry to yap again. Writing these games and cases, it's always more interesting to defend somebody who you know is... I shouldn't say it's always more interesting. The pattern they use is it's interesting to defend somebody that you know is innocent. We get a lot of time the like emotional motor of these cases. The reason that the characters want to do a good job defending and that you want to get this big payoff is because like you know for a fact that Maya's innocent. You know for a fact Larry Butts is innocent. You know for a fact Edgeworth is innocent, or you hope Edgeworth's innocent. You know for a fact that Will Powers is innocent. There's like all these people that you see cry and break down, and you're like, I got to defend this guy. So it's interesting being a prosecutor, and your main job is to be on offense. And Edgeworth is one of the first things that happens in this game is he finds somebody who's crying and innocent. He's like, I gotta save this guy. I would love to see everybody think somebody's innocent, and you're the only one who can see that they're guilty, and you're like, I'm gonna nail this dude. This guy's done. I'm gonna absolutely cook him. And you know, sometimes that happens. A lot of times the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney games will do both of those things. So you know Maya's innocent, but you also are like, I gotta nail Red White, and you know that Von Karma's hiding something, and you know that Da-Da-Da is lying, and you want to absolutely crush them. Furio Tigre, you're like, I'm gonna get this dude. But I would like to see a little bit more of the latter with this stuff. I guess we'll find out. We just met this guy. His design is strange. His motivation is strange. I don't really get his vibe yet, and that's okay. I would even be okay if he was just a regular old dude that didn't have a gimmick or a pun or whatever. But he's just like, the way he's dressed, the way he's acting, it feels like there's got to be something I'm missing, or something that's going to come up, like he's got some kind of job or something. Why were you arrested, Mr. Saint? I just don't get it. Why won't he talk to me? Maybe he has a history with you. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Whoa, he answered you, Mr. Edgeworth. I guess he's not scared of you anymore. Thank goodness for small miracles. The cops burst into my house this morning out of nowhere. And before I knew it, I was here. These policemen, was there a prosecutor with them? A little gay guy with a baton? A little gay boy? A little composer? Yes, some kid named D. Winner or something? The rookie. I thought as much. For the record, I love Eustace Winter. I'm sorry for talking shit. I think he's so cute. I love him. Or her. I think it's a him, right? Very cute. I like his design. So, did they interrogate you yet? Let me check. I'm curious. He's 17! Why do they always do that? We can have grown-ups. We can have people that are not, like prodigies. No information on him. 26. Really, like, this is a grown-up. This is a... I can't believe this woman who is in, like, the judicial committee is 26. Like, be serious. You're finishing law school. Eustace Winter is still in high school. What are we doing? Simeon Saint. So, do they interrogate you yet? What? I'm gonna be interrogated? By the cops? Well, yeah. I mean, you've been arrested. You're a suspect now. No. Won't the detectives just shout at me and threaten me and... Oh... There are always these hulking guys, right? Who get in your face and force you to... Detective Dick Gumshoe reporting for duty. Ah! See, I told you. Please don't hurt me. Please don't crush me with those huge arms. No, please. I'm calling the cops. I am the cops, pal. What's up with this guy, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, nothing, detective. You're just being you. I guess it's just how you are. Huh? I don't get it, sir. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, Simeon is clearly innocent, so there's gotta be something we can do for him, isn't there? Mr. Saint. Yes? You were Mr. Knight's friend, and 2 days ago you came to visit him. You had nothing at all to do with his murder. Is my understanding correct? Yes, I didn't kill anybody. Very well, then I will choose to believe you, and I will do all that I can to assist you. This is different than Edgeworth's normal MO, I think. Huh? But why would you help a nobody like me? Let's just say I may not be doing it solely for your sake. That's his MO. That's so funny. That's what I was saying, is like, he needs a personal reason to go on offense. He needs somebody that he's trying to dunk on, and he's like, I'll help you out. Because he's pissed off that he got slighted by these two goofballs. Oh my god. They didn't even really do anything mean to him. They didn't hurt him or take advantage of somebody he loves, or they just said like, hey, you're not working on this case. And he's like, oh yeah? Extremely funny. That's right, it's payback time. We'll show those two investigation reign supreme. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Unfortunately, I still lack the authority to conduct said investigation. As such, my resources are rather limited, and I'll need to lean heavily on the ones I do have at hand. Which means, you, Mr. Saint, your information will be invaluable going forward. In other words, let's see if we can't help one another out, shall we? Oh, I just thought of something. Why don't you just borrow an attorney's badge? Then you could represent our pal here. Now's not the time for jokes, Gummy. I mean, Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecutor. He couldn't defend anyone if his life depended on it. Okay, I'm talking a lot of shit, but they're acknowledging and talking about the fact that this is like different than his normal MO. So like this is like a purposeful, tactful spin on the way these investigations normally go. But I wasn't kidding. I just thought helping suspects, that's what a defense attorney does, you know? Sure, but we can do that too. The only thing that matters is that we find the real culprit in the end. So come on, let's get to work. Yes, ma'am. Oh my god. I'm sure you know already, but just to be clear, if our investigation ultimately proves you to be the culprit, we'll have no choice but to treat you like any other suspect. Eek! But you needn't worry. I believe you. Or at least I have decided to try. For now. Just hold tight and try to believe in us in return. If nothing else, it might help you to feel a little less alone. Now, if you'll excuse me. No? I thought we'd have some questions for him. Your life, your choice. So, we talked a good game in there, but we can't even get back inside the main prison to see the scene of the crime. Maybe defending the guy in court's our best bet after all. Gummy can't defend for his life, remember? Well, who do we have here? Oh, we're gonna team up with this guy? If it isn't Edgeworth in the gang, what are you cats doing here? Listen, pal, if you've come to harass Mr. Edgeworth again, I'll... Hey, easy there, Detective Flatfoot Sholmes. Funny. So funny. I'm here to work. Work? That's a really funny joke for a couple reasons. Work? What, you're here to defend somebody? Whoa, the K-Meister nails it in one. Aren't you just the uber intelligentes of the bunch? Uber intelligentes? That's not how you use either of those words, Fender. Some may say I'm an easygoing old rogue about town, but I'm actually not a half-bad attorney. Which is why I've been summoned to the old jail Rooney for a meeting with a new client. The suspect is one Simone Saintsbury. You mean Simeon Saint? Whoa, that's freaky. You know more about my job than I do. Wait, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Fender's a defense attorney. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I fear I might be. In fact, it could be our only option. Not so long ago, I found myself embroiled in another case that wasn't mine. I managed to worm my way onto the crime scene by agreeing to be a certain someone's subordinate. Not an experience I ever want to repeat, but I fear I may have little choice. Fender, Before you say another word, I just gotta point out the fine print. Eddie Fender doesn't take on associates. Say it ain't so! I hear you protesting, but pompous prosecutors are a no-go. Especially those of the Von Karma variety. I should have known he wouldn't forgive me that easily. I understand why you wouldn't want to work with someone like me. What's more, I understand how you feel about all things Von Karma. But please, believe me when I say, I'm not the man I was back then. I'm no longer under my old mentor's spell. You better believe it, pal. Mr. Edgeworth's a changed man. Sure, he used to be the demon prosecutor. Oh my god, he's dunking on his friend. But he's not like that anymore. Sure, he used to be a jerk. Nasty even. Terrible. Horrible to work with. Horrible to face up against. He was a bad guy. Nobody liked him, pal. I do have feelings, detective. Gummy's right. Mr. Edgeworth's one of the good guys now. He's not just a prosecutor, He got me off the hook just last month. You don't say. Well, that escalated quickly. But he was. There's no other word for it. He was heroic. Great thiefly, even. Please, Fender. Don't you think there's something odd about the way the committee stepped in yesterday? There's more to this case than meets the eye. I'm certain of it. I just can't walk away from this. I can't. Please, allow me to help you with this investigation. I like the way that's animated. It's actually kind of nice. Sheesh. A bow from a great Miles Edgeworth. Never thought I'd see the day, but here we are. So, enlighten me if you will. What made the leopard change his spots? Well, I suppose I would have to say the courtroom itself. No, I would say your boyfriend. We're not gonna mention. I've experienced so many things and met so many people there within its four walls, including some old friends who showed me a better way to be. How could that not change a person? Well, I'll be. The old you would have never bared his soul like that. That was beautiful. You might have even surprised you know who, and you know how much that takes. Tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start again with a clean slate. So, this is me. Hey. I can read that. Edgeworth & Co. Law Offices. Gregory Edgeworth. Is that his name? Gregory Edgeworth? Miles' dad. Senior partner. So, this is me. I totally knew it. Edgeworth & Co. Law Offices. Eddie Fender, senior partner. Edgeworth? That's right. Mr. Fender began his legal career as an assistant to my late father, Gregory Edgeworth. What? Your dad was a defense attorney? So the you-know-who Mr. Fender keeps talking about is... The clever K-Meister nails it in one yet again. That's right, I was talking about his old man. Guess you all noticed I kept his name over the door, so to speak. Least I could do for old Gregory, really. Listen, Edgeworth. Miles. I'm gonna level with you here. I don't trust you. Not fully, anyway. I can't just forget about all those years you spent licking Von Karma's boots, you know? Anyone can say they've changed. I'm gonna need you to prove it. And besides, you know it's what Gregory would have wanted. Very well, I accept. Alright. That's enough hardball for one day. Let's move on to the fun stuff. I hereby appoint you interim associate of Edgeworth & Co. Congrats, man. I will try not to let you down. Well, doesn't this bring a tear to the eye? The prodigal son, coming on board his late father's firm. Permission to come on board too? Please, Mr. Fender? You don't even have to ask, kiddo. Welcome to the crew. Woohoo! Thanks, Captain. Alright, I guess it's time to go to work. So, where to begin? Any bright idea, Miles? Where were we when we were so rudely interrupted? Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. Indeed, it sounds more likely to have been the person who found his body. I believe we need to speak with the person who found the body. Just what I was thinking of your associate. We do indeed. I like Eddie a lot. He seems like, I don't know, I get a nice vibe from him. He seems kind of like a good guy. I want him to be a good guy. I hope he didn't do anything wrong in this game. He seems really sweet and, justified for whatever Edgeworth did. Still the type to smile and nod, I see. That will certainly make my life easier, boss. Now that's decided, let's get going. What about me? I'm a detective. I can't just hop on board as an attorney's assistant like you guys. He has a point. I can't leave him adrift all his own now, can I? Detective Gumshoe, I have a special assignment for you. You were to continue investigating the case under Mr. Winter. And if you happen to discover anything that seems useful, you are to notify me immediately. You're in a uniquely powerful position, Detective, and I'm gonna need all the info you can pass our way. You can count on me, sir. I'm a real pro when it comes to letting things slip to the defense. Oh, that's cute. Trust me, I know. But just this once, those loose lips of yours might be what saves our ship. Throw wide the prison gates, good sirs, because here we come. How old is Eddie? Is he like Edgeworth age or closer to Gregory age? 36, 32, 17, 31. He's 24. How old is Edgeworth? Probably in his 20s as well, right? Okay. So, any ideas on how we track down whoever found the Bronxter's body, Miles? I think our best bet would simply be to ask around. Hello, Polly. Oh, don't you dare. Oh my god. Let's let this song play for a second. Yeah, so like designing people that have a little gimmick and the animal is tied to the gimmick that's good. I like the polar bear a lot. That was his little boxing buddy. I like the fox that's hanging out with her that's still alive as being her little like fox scarf or mink scarf, whatever. Who is this? Excuse me, but oh my, just look at you. Are you talking to me? Just fabulously chic, darling, fabulously. Facial hair is so very au courant, don't you think? Enchanté, mademoiselle, and much obliged. Defense attorney Eddie Fender at your service. Let's get things off on the right foot, shall we? A little embrasser, perhaps? Ooh, I like the sound of that. Oh my god, the fox! Right on the kisser. Well, how else does one greet a new friend? A little smooch is entirely de rigueur, don't you think? Wow, talking about stealing a kiss. Indeed, an act so shameless it puts even great thieves to shame. Of course, he doesn't like physical contact. Physical contact is so very important as a form of expression for our little family. Everyone in this lovely home will tell you as much. Hey, if everyone else is hip to that, I can be hip to that too. Sure. Fifi Lagarde, by the way. Fifi Lagarde. Fifi. Guard, obviously. Warden of this charming abode. You may call me Fifi, of course. So she's the warden of this entire detention center and prison facility, is she? A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Lagarde. Miles Edgeworth. I am an associate with Mr. Fender's practice. I hope you don't mind me asking, but were you here in the prison yesterday? Oh, don't be so silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day, after all. Important in what way, exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? A meeting? Oh, heavens, no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No. Yesterday, the circus came to visit. Tournament Big Top. I love this song. I've heard the criticism of Tournament Big Top that this song is annoying. I love it. I really like the song a lot. I like it's kind of like this weird little haunted, spooky, creepy waltz. Sounds like circus music, but a little bit like sad and dilapidated. I've really wanted to make a Tournament Big Top video. Maybe I'll just do the Ace Attorney videos in order like I've been doing, and I'll get to Tournament Big Top in a decade. But I'm into it. I really love Tournament Big Top, and I want to make a video about it because I like it a lot. And also I'm kind of a contrarian, and I just like liking things that other people don't like. And I think if Tournament Big Top was bad, I would be comfortable saying it's bad. And it's not the best Ace Attorney case. It is not. But the way I feel is that Ace Attorney is good always. Like the first 3 games at least. There's no bad cases. There's no bad dips. So I think Tournament Big Top is like a little bit of a slog for some people because they don't like the 3rd case. And I have another strong opinion about loving the 3rd case because it's the only one that we don't have to do any main story bullshit. We can just have a nice little like romp. I love the Steel Samurai one with Will Powers. I really like the Thief case with Ron Delight. I just like 3rd cases a lot, and I think Tournament Big Top is dope. Acro is dope. Max Galactica is dope, and I really like that case. So I don't know if this is like a little homage, like remember Wink Wink? There's Polly in the corner there, and here's Tournament Big Top. But I really, really hope that Tournament Big Top people were at the prison, or we get some Tournament Big Top stuff happening. It was a simply spectacular event featuring some terrifically talented animals. Anyone who's anyone had to be there. If you were here at home, you were watching the show with me. The performers set up a very special stage in the yard just for us. We are one very lucky family. N'est-ce pas? Sorry, I don't know any French. So she was at the circus performance for the inmates yesterday morning. Mr. Carcerado mentioned a show yesterday as well. I think that's him, by the way. Also, I like the profiles. You can kind of tell who's who. Is that Larry Butts? Anyways, I like that they're not just random people. I can kind of pick out, oh, I recognize that silhouette, or that looks like his hair, or whatever. He must have been talking about the same thing. Also, that's totally Larry Butts. What time did this show take place? From around 8 until 10, maybe? Yeah, something like that. Meaning if it finished right around when the body was discovered. And by dint of having attended the show, she has a reasonably solid alibi. That fox is so adorable. Oh, would you look at the time? Sorry, darlings, but I really must dash. I like that she's wearing the orange jumpsuit and this like big gigantic puffer coat. Feel free to explore our home, mi casa, su casa, and all that. Ciao for now. Well, what now, Mr. Edgeworth? The person who found the body screamed, and that scream was heard by one inmate that we know of. Therefore, our first task is to question this inmate and see where his information will take us next. Hello, Polly. Oh, it's a blurb about the guy in the cell, like a zoo. Prisoner number D259. Classification, habitat, see cell to the right. Not exactly helpful, is it? This grisly fellow has a pet polar bear called Teddy. He's a former boxer who loves to stay trim and is always at optimum fighting weight. He may push his body to the max, but he's a relentless kind to himself. Omnivore. Who exactly is all this information for, anyways? Hello! They even have ponies. This one's only big enough to carry a small child. Isn't this great, Mr. Edgeworth? It's like being at the zoo! Except it's the humans, not the animals, who live in captivity here. Yeah. I was kind of kidding, but that is the joke, is that this is a zoo where the prisoners are on display. No one would mind if I took one home with me, would they? If by home you meant behind bars, then no, I suppose not. Right on the kisser. She seems to have given you quite a shock. And why's that? I thought you were a man of the world. Yeah, well, I'm all for saying hi with the hug, but going straight for the kiss. Cool your boots, am I right? Woo me a little before puckering up, that's all I ask. Wow, I never would have pegged you as the shy type. That's not the issue here, I think, Kay. Alright. Listen, Miles, I've been meaning to ask, does that frown of yours turn upside down? An assistant with a permanent scowl on his face is bad for business, you know? I don't see any reason why an associate attorney needs to smile. And that's how I know you've never worked in a private practice. It's all about building trust, man. You've got to create rapport with your clients. A smile here, a wink there, a hug to break the ice, and a card to show you're legit. Otherwise, they'll never open up. Yes, well, to each their own, Fender. I like that. I like him. I'll give it to you straight. Running the biz was tough going at first. I mean, Gregory Edgeworth, man. Those are some pretty big shoes to fill. I see. And what kind of cases does the firm take on? Might be better at asking what we don't. We do murders, parking fines, the whole 9 yards. Our basic principle is this: everyone deserves a defense. Nice. So you've never refused a request? Well, let's just say I have certain preferences in the clients I work with. But didn't you just say that everyone deserves a defense? I'm just messing with you, little sis. Of course we treat all our clients the same. I mean, Gregory's name is still above the door. I've got to live up to his ideals, you know? And that means always doing my best for everyone. Edgeworth & Co., the firm my father built, huh? That's sweet. There's actually a lot of intrigue in this, I think. Like, I want to know so badly what happened with him. That's fascinating. And I want to know how Edgeworth can justify his career choice, like what being a prosecutor means to him in terms of, you know, not being the opposite of his father, but fighting like his father did in a different way. There's something written here. It seems to be about the prisoner in the cell. Prisoner number D258. Classification: Captivus Periclusius. Periculosus. He may look fearsome, but this lively fellow is actually a sweet-natured herbivore. He even has a pet penguin named Gwynny. He's skilled at giving such real, gripping testimony you'll swear you were there at the crime scene too. The end. It's the kind of thing you might expect to read in a zoo, not a prison. Alright, that's the main. Oh my god! Wow. Hi, monkey. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, it's a monkey mountain. Not something I ever expected to see in a prison, I must say. Doesn't it look like fun? Not in the least. And while we're on the subject, you are not under any circumstances to climb on that structure. Do I make myself clear? But I have to show that monkey who's boss. Please, Kay, you really don't. Hi, bunny. Why is there a rabbit just... I nearly tripped over it. Isn't this great, Mr. Edgeworth? It's like being at the zoo. Except it's the humans, not the animals who live in captivity here. No one would mind if I took one home with me, would they? If by home you meant behind bars, then no, I suppose not. This looks like the way to the prison yard. Sadly, the shutter is locked tight. Freedom awaits just on the other side, a stoic lock and key, twixt mine eyes and nose, and the outdoor breeze. Such a cruel fate it is indeed. The more I think on it, the more it eats at me. And whose thoughts are you attempting to channel exactly with that soliloquy? I wonder where this door leads. I don't know about you, but I'm getting some real strong vibes coming from there. Maybe that's where they keep the super duper dangerous prisoners. I bet the dog. That's certainly a real possibility. In which case, we'd better turn back while we still can. Wait, I was only kidding, you know? Do you have a moment? We have a few questions for you. Oh, who's a good girl? You are. You're just perfect. She really is. She's beautiful. Meow. He's finally noticed me, I think. I was wondering, what's her name? It's Waggy, ma'am. She's my little friend. Yes, right. As you were then. What I need are answers, not clawful puns. This is the door to one of the workshops. Why do they have workshops in a prison anyways? They're for people to train in for when they return to life in the outside world. But a dead body was found in one of them, right? So then it's not really doing a good job of helping anyone return to life, is it? I suppose that's another reason why we should aim to clear up this mystery as soon as possible. I can see the crime scene through the window in this door. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't shove your whole face in front of a window like that. You have to do it more sneaky-like. Steal a few good looks while keeping out for your enemies. I am not a criminal, Kay, so why should I have to behave like one? Yeesh, I was just trying to teach you my special sneak peek technique. Well, I have no need for any such technique, thank you very much. This bench has seen better days. It's covered in rust. Yeah, only cats would dare take a nap on there. And maybe Gummy. I fear you may be right. It's a mini pig, I believe. Though not for eating, I hope. Isn't this great, Mr. Edgeworth? It's like being at the zoo. Yeah, I get it. Thank you. Except it's the humans, not the animals who live in captivity here. Alright, time to get to you, Buster, the penguin. About the person who found the body, do you happen to know where he is right now? Should be in one of the workshops, I guess. Usually is at this hour. Then it seems the workshops are our next port of call. Hello? Anybody in there? Nice try, kiddo, but this isn't a bathroom stall. Yo, you there. Can you help us out, my good man? Yes, sir. What can I do for you? Is somebody using this workshop right now? Yes, sir. One of the prisoners is in there. Just confirmed it myself during the noontime roan call. We'd like to speak to this prisoner, if that's all right. Sure, I'll go fetch him right now. Won't take a sec. This one's all yours, mousy boy. What? Why? Let's just say I'd rather not roll the dice on someone I don't know yet, yeah? Huh, and I thought adults were all supposed to be strong and brave. Heh, well, you're not looking so brave yourself right now, so let's call it even. Here they come. It's gonna be somebody cute and wimpy. Of all the recurring characters... Hello, yes, hello. I hear you wish to speak with me? Not exactly the hardened criminal we were expecting, is he? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a public prosecutor. A prosecutor, you say? Eddie Fender, attorney at law. What happened to being too scared to handle this? Listen, sorry about my pal here. He gets the weirdest ideas. Prosecutor indeed. That'll be the day. He's actually just an associate. Jeez, Miles, get a grip, will ya? Ugh, he's right. I mustn't forget that I'm a defense attorney's assistant for the time being. That explains it. I did think you looked a little different than the prosecutor I spoke with yesterday. So he's already spoken to Winner. Would you mind answering a few questions? No, of course not. I'd be delighted. The name's Sawit. Frank Sawit. The witness is all yours, my young associate. Sure, have the intern do everything. Why not? Mr. Sawit, you are no doubt aware that a murder took place yesterday. Would you mind telling us where you were at the time the body was found? Yes, I was in the workshop there, working as one might expect. What kind of work were you doing? Well, I'm actually retraining at the moment. I'm hoping to become a stylist, you see. 'Cause his hair. A pet stylist, that is. Yes, so I've been studying hard and practicing every moment I can. An unusual field of study befitting an unusual prison, I suppose. And that's it. I certainly didn't see anything. Interesting. I barely asked him anything at all, and he's already sweating bullets. So, yes, I'm afraid I won't be able to help you. Sorry. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Sawit, for this interview has only just begun. I mean, even if you were to ask me, you know something, don't you? He's definitely hiding something. I'll need to push him a little harder for him to get any answers. Don't tell me we're gonna play chess against this goofball. Oh my god. Every time. The first step is to analyze the situation. Let's take a look at our opponent. Okay. I didn't see anything. I really can't help you, I'm afraid. Something tells me he'd be a good poker player. It's hard to tell much at all from his face. And I don't think he'll be giving me much in the way of physical cues either. Okay, good hints. I'll have to rely solely on his words instead. That's the only way I'll know what's going on underneath. Alright, time to make my first move. Let's see who we're dealing with here. He may be good at hiding his emotions, but everyone has a tell. I like the premise. I like the idea that we're going to have to figure out the clue. Oops. They tell us normally what the clue is. When he does this with his body language, he'll act like this, and you should press him. When he does this with the body language, he's defensive. So I like the idea that we have to, take a second to read really carefully, and we don't really know the rules necessarily. We just have to kind of pay attention to the way he talks. That's cool. Tell me, what's your connection to this incident? Which incident? The murder? Oh, well, it has nothing at all to do with me. Nothing. Really? I wouldn't dream of getting involved in anything such as ghastly as that. You see, how can I put this? I like to think of myself as an upstanding citizen. A good person, if you will. I'm gonna try biting. If you don't have anything to ask me, I do need to be going. Perhaps a little more proactivity is called for. Mr. Sawit may be good at hiding his emotions, but he also has a tell. I'll just need to watch for it and respond. Forgive me, Mr. Sawit, but under normal circumstances, good people do not tend to end up in prison. So you do well to tell me what you know about the incident. How many times do I have to tell you people? I don't know anything, I swear. Surely you've noticed, Mr. Sawit, that I have exactly where I want you. Really? It seems to me you're just wasting my time. I should have picked my words more wisely. Okay, obviously not getting it. Okay, Okay. That's... Sorry, I don't know what more to say, but I cannot help you. My apologies, Mr. Sartre. But considering that the incident occurred right here in the prison, I find it very hard to believe that you know nothing at all. Oh, well, yes, I suppose I could see how it might seem unlikely, but it's true. If you're looking for the person who found the body, you'll have to look elsewhere. That's... Why do you think I'm looking for the person who found the body? I certainly never mentioned any such thing to you. Is it because you do know something you're not telling me after all? So, cards on the table. If there's some kind of clue that I should be picking up on, I missed it. I was trying to pay attention to if there's a word he says or stutters or says well or something, but I don't know what happened there. No, I just sensed that so you might be looking for it, that's all. I'm simply a pet stylist in training. I don't know anything, truly. There's no doubt about it now. This man is hiding something big. In which case, let's find out what he did yesterday, the day of the incident. Also, does he have one glove? One pink glove? My opponent is very good at hiding his true feelings, but not for long. It's time to smash that mask of his and see what lurks behind that phony smile. Tell me about the day of the incident. If you really don't have anything to do with the murder, then you have nothing to hide, right? Well, the day of the incident... Oh gosh, I mean, so much happened. He didn't slip up, I don't think. Okay, my bad. How were things in the prison? What was it like here in the prison yesterday morning? I really don't remember. I don't have the best memory, I'm afraid. I don't have a clue to push the conversation forward. Okay. I want to know what you were doing, Mr. Sartre, in detail. I told you, I'm a pet stylist in training, and that's what I was doing yesterday. Training. Specifically, I was giving the animals a trim. Where's his animal? You didn't notice any commotion at the time of the incident? I would imagine things were suddenly quite tumultuous around here. Well, commotion, you say? No, not really. Maybe I heard someone, but... There was a circus, right? Surely you've noticed, Mr. Saw, that I have exactly where I want you. I thought there was a circus. You heard someone. Was this someone screaming by any chance? And don't try to tell me you don't remember. You continue to assert that you know nothing about the incident, Mr. Saw, but I'm afraid I don't believe a word of it. No, I thought I heard someone yelling, but I don't really remember. The fact that he heard a scream at the time of the murder may well prove to be a useful clue. I would do well to bear it in mind. Tell me about the day of the incident. If you really don't have anything to do with the murder, then you have nothing to hide. Time to deploy my clue. You don't remember. Please. You literally just confirmed that you heard a scream. Oh, but I might have been mistaken. The truth is, I really don't remember. Your memory fails you yet again. How convenient. But I know you're lying, Mr. Sawt. How dare you talk to me like... I mean, I'm not lying. Surely you've noticed. When he's in a bad mood, I should leave him. When he's...
Look, if you must know, when I'm working with the animals and I get into the zone, they're all I see.
Am I to understand you have something of a talent for animal grooming then? Okay, here's a theory, and I would be so tickled if this was true. What if the animal he's grooming is his toupee? Like, it'll poke little eyes out, it's like a little raccoon.
Well, my scissor technique could use a little work, but I'd say I'm quite good with the animals. They seem to like me. I'm especially good at calming them down when they get scared.
Scared? And when exactly do they get scared? Surely it doesn't happen very often.
Well, that's, no, thankfully it doesn't.
A loud scream would certainly frighten the animals, wouldn't it? Why are you going to such lengths to deny having heard the scream? What is it you're hiding, Mr. Sawit? Tell me. Gotcha, dummy.
Gah! I can assure you I'm not hiding anything. I'll admit I did really hear someone scream. But I'm not hiding anything, I promise.
The mask is finally beginning to crack. Now to shatter it complete light by asking about the scream in more detail. Let's go. I was on the edge there. I'm afraid you're about to learn a painful lesson, Mr. Sawit, that hiding things from me never ends well for my opponent. When did you hear this scream?
Oh, wait, now I remember. I forgot about the show. They put on a show for us prisoners around the time of the incident, you see. Yes, performing animals, if I remember rightly. That's where I was in the morning.
So now you wish to claim that you didn't hear a scream because you were at the show. You do realize that goes completely against everything you've told me so far.
And what are you going to do about it, huh? That is, my memory is patchy, as they say.
Okay, I'm gonna be brave here and bide because he's being kind of irritable.
The animal show recently had to be seen to be believed.
It did it? Tell me, what kind of animals did you see?
Let me think. A whale?
Gotcha, dummy. Enough of your lies. You were nowhere near the show, were you?
Well, I seem to remember being there, but maybe I was, maybe I wasn't.
It's clear Mr. Sawit wasn't at the show. This feels like a vital clue. Who did you hear screaming?
Wait, I just realized I made a mistake. When the incident happened, I was out in the yard. Yes, so I didn't hear anyone screaming. No one at all.
Time to deploy my clue. Wow, I think that one went literally perfectly. How long are you planning to keep up these lies? I already know that you weren't at the show. The game's up, Mr. Sawit. It's high time you told me the truth. I demand to know about the scream. Now!
I can't tell you what I don't know. I didn't hear any scream. Not from the person who found the body.
How curious. Most people would assume that the scream would come from the victim. So then, why do you think it came from the person who found the body,
I made a mistake, that's all.
How, Mr. Sawit? How did you know it was the person who found the body who screamed? Gotcha. I picked literally, so the second one did pretty bad. I think that one I picked literally every right option. Shall I tell you? You knew because it was you who found the body. And the scream that was heard when the incident occurred didn't come from the victim. It came from you.
How did you? It's true, I admit it, but what gives you the right to treat people like this?
Checkmate. He's so cocky.
Mind chess, checkmate.
Now that we've established that you were the one who found the body, Mr. Sawit, I was hoping you would have a breakdown. I believe you've lost any standing you might have had to withhold your cooperation.
All right, you win, but I'm sure I won't have anything to do useful to tell you. It probably isn't even worth your time.
That's not for you to decide. By my hand, the truth will be revealed. Every decision I make is to ensure that end. Except, that's not exactly what we're here to do, is it? What do you mean? We're not trying to expose the truth. We're trying to save Simeon. That's what we do now, remember? We work to get our client out of trouble. Not as a prosecutor, but as a defense attorney's assistant. What the K-Meister said. You need to listen to the kid, you know? A client has requested the services of Edgeworth & Co. And as your old man always said, your relationship with your client comes before everything else. So if you think Mr. Saint's well-being is taking a back seat to some quest for the truth, well, let's just say I don't like to fire people. So I need you to fight against your instincts a little harder, yeah? This will take some getting used to. In any case, the importance of this man's testimony remains unchanged. Therefore, Mr. Sawit, I'm asking once more, what happened when you found the body?
I was in that workshop there by myself, practicing what I'd learned. I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the door to the other workshop. I happened to peek in through the little window, and then I saw him lying there. A man, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror.
Let me get this straight. The room you were in is next to the one where the corpse was found.
Yes, that's right. I was in workshop B.
And you were there the whole day?
Yes, from the 7 a.m. roll call onwards. There are 3 roll calls a day, you see. 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m.
And they check who's in the workshop during roll call, correct?
That's right.
Nothing was reported to be amiss at 7 a.m., which means that Knight's body wasn't in the workshop yet at that point in time. That checks out. I guess that means the murder took place after 7 a.m., which puts it right around the time the show was happening.
Yes, the show. I remember the other prisoners going to see it.
And therefore, anybody who wasn't at the show has no alibi. Would that be a fair assessment, Mr. Sawit?
I guess so, but I only found the body, I swear.
There's a clear contradiction in Mr. Sawit's testimony. Rooting it out should be my first priority. I didn't catch it, whatever it was. Okay. A glove. Okay. Okay. Okay, is that it? How did he get in front of the door? I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the door to the other workshop. Hey, that was fast. Enough of these pathetic lies, Mr. Sawit. I'm afraid you rather lost sight of what you are.
What I am? I know precisely what I am.
I'm a former newspaper salesman who's training to be a pet stylist.
Hold it!
But that's not all you are, is it? Or did you forget the bracelet you wear around your wrist? A bracelet that marks you as a prisoner, and therefore unable to move around as you please. As we both know, stepping outside that door would have sounded an alarm.
Well, that's...
But there's no way you could have looked into the other workshop without leaving the room you were in.
Gah! Hooey! Stylishly done, Edgeru.
But doesn't this mean that Mr. Sawit couldn't have found the body then? Good question, Kay. Perhaps Mr. Sawit himself can explain.
So, actually, I may have forgotten to mention one very important detail. Sorry about that. I can explain exactly how I was able to see the body if you'd like.
By all means, go ahead.
There's a little trick we prisoners know about, you see. As long as you leave your bracelet inside the door, you can lean out without triggering the alarm. That's how I was able to peek through the window and into the workshop next door. Inside, I spotted the victim's dead body, which made me scream in fright.
That doesn't check out at all.
Please don't tell anyone about our little trick, especially not the guards. Please.
Is this it? Is this all he was hiding? I'd better dig a little deeper into his testimony just in case.
Hold it!
Tell me something more about this trick, Mr. Sod.
Of course, it's quite simple, really.
That was a great press.
Hold it!
I suppose this allows you to enjoy a little taste of freedom.
It does. To be honest, it's one of the few things that brings me joy anymore.
Sticking your arm in the door and looking out. A rather surprising source of joy, but rule breaking isn't exactly a demonstration of remorsefulness, is it?
Oh, but I am remorseful. I always am. I'm a model prisoner after all.
They better keep his ass locked up. I don't like that he could murder Miss poor Cindy Stone and still get let out. Especially, it's been a couple years. Like, this dude is. I'm beginning to suspect that he doesn't know what a model prisoner actually is. So you used this trick to peek through the window.
That's right. Yes, I made sure the guard wasn't looking and leaned out into the corridor.
Hold it!
Why did you make so much of an effort just to take a look?
Well, you see, I heard noises coming from next door, and that room was supposed to be empty, so I thought it was strange.
And you went to look as soon as you heard these noises?
Yes, of course. I had to see what was going on, so I went right away.
I see. I'm totally lying. I didn't get that.
You've got him quaking in his boots, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Saw It, tell us the truth about what you saw. You do, of course, have the right to remain silent, but it will do little to dispel the notion that you were somehow involved in this crime.
I'm sorry. I did see something else, but it's too insane to believe. I really thought I might have dreamt it. That's why I wasn't sure if I should mention it.
Just tell us what you saw.
All right. It was that dog.
I fucking knew it.
And what I saw is the stuff of nightmares. That huge black dog had sunk its terrible teeth into the victim's throat.
Okay, I totally believe in the dog now.
What did you just say? It was hellish. Utterly hellish. That beast, that awful beast. He killed him.
Suddenly I don't feel so good.
Jeepers creepers, that's awful. Talk about traumatizing. It was dreadful. Horrible. Now you know why I couldn't help but scream.
So there's a man-eating dog in the prison's animal population, is there?
And that really is everything, I promise. You believe me, don't you?
For now, this one seems too far-fetched to lie, even for you. I'd like you to append what you just told us to your testimony, if you don't mind.
Very well.
Oh, no you didn't. She's got a neck brace. Okay, my bad. I was just kidding.
Was that an attempt at a bluff, Miles Areno? Because he called it pretty good. Still, don't let it mess with your mojo. There's always next time.
Yes. How mortifying.
Hold it!
You're sure this black dog was biting the victim's throat?
Yes, there was blood everywhere. The beast's mouth was dripping with it and... Whoa, 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 spare us the gory details, will you?
What about the victim? Was he...
Ow, okay, what was that punch for? I'm on your side here. He wasn't moving at all. He was just lying there.
Meaning he was already dead.
There was so much blood just oozing from his neck.
Oh, he was dead as a doornail. I'm sure of that. Not even the twitch of a finger, just lifeless.
Yeah, enough of that already. Why do you have to go into every little detail like that?
Dude, we're investigating a murder.
To give you a nice and accurate testimony. That is what you want, isn't it?
Shall I add what I've said to my testimony, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please do. It was awful, I tell you. Terrible.
I've got nothing.
Hold it!
You paint a very vivid picture.
Well, I had a front row seat, I suppose. I can almost feel the agony of the poor man's final moments.
I don't think I'll be getting any sleep tonight, Mr. Edgeworth.
You won't?
Well, that's unfortunate.
I will. Yeah, and it's all your fault for pressing him for more gory details. I'll be having nightmares tonight myself. It's all so fresh in my memory.
I remember seeing his ring.
Hold it!
That's interesting. A snowflake motif in relief. You seem to have a very clear memory of this ring, Mr. Sawyer.
Well, I used to go door to door selling newspaper subscriptions, you see. I had to take people in at a glance. Their appearance, their mood, that sort of thing. Figuring out who exactly you're dealing with is the first step in any sale.
Except in this case, you were figuring out a corpse.
What can I say? Force of habit. One that served me very well in my sales career, if I do say so myself.
Even so, you seem to remember things to an uncanny level of detail. Wasn't that covered by the tarp?
I suppose. Nevertheless, it's true. I remember the ring, the relief, all that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, they do say that pets take after their owners.
But there are some things they shouldn't take after. Not if they're supposed to help reform their owners. Reform. Otherwise, what's the point of having an animal therapy program? I think this dog's a total sweetheart. I should probably ask Mr. Salt a little more about the dog. Yeah.
Objection!
Gotcha, dummy. A ring with a snowflake relief.
Yes, I saw it clear as day. It was carved in such fine detail.
Interesting. Your testimony is certainly very accurate. In fact, I'd say it's just a little too accurate.
And? What's wrong with being too accurate?
I mean this. You testified to having seen a ring with a snowflake design on it. And while the victim did indeed have a ring on his finger.
See? Exactly as I said.
There is no way you could have seen it. Take a look at this photograph. As you can see, the victim's right hand was covered by a tarp. It would have been impossible for you to see his ring, let alone what design was on it. Unless, that is, you approached the body and removed the sheet. You told us earlier you only took a little look through the window in the door. Yet you seem to have seen quite a lot from such a disadvantaged location, Mr. Sawit.
Who the heck do you think you are, huh? Mr. Big Shot acting like you know it all.
I mean,
I saw what I saw, I swear.
oh, I know, the man's arm. It must have moved under the tarp after I peeked in. He died him instantly. I have a feeling maybe Sawit was in the room with them and saw something happen, but doesn't want to tell them that he was in that room. Nonsense. You already told us that that can't have been the case.
He wasn't moving at all. He was just lying there.
Meaning he was already dead. You said it yourself that the victim was already dead, and dead men don't move, do they?
Ooh-wee! Is that the stench of an eau de desperation I smell?
What are you hiding, Mr. Sawit? Tell us.
No, You're wrong.
I know what I saw.
Ah! You couldn't let it go, could you? You had to keep poking and prodding, you slimy, two-bit associate attorney!
It seems the real Mr. Sawit has finally revealed himself. Whoa, that's quite the rug he was rocking. Came straight at you like some kind of flying black cat. That's the joke I want.
Look, I'm just a sweet, innocent witness here.
But are you really? Because I must say, I have doubts. Very serious doubts.
What's that supposed to mean?
You saw something that should have been impossible to see from outside the workshop. So how did you do it? That's simple. You were inside the workshop. Mr. Sawit, this is where you were standing when you saw the body.
Take that!
You were in the same room as the body. That's the only way you could have seen the relief on the ring.
Say what you want, but you don't have a shred of evidence, do you? Nothing to prove I was in the room with the body, anyway.
You can't prove it, can you? Because I was in the next room over.
Minding my own business and looking after the animals. Why else would I have signed out a pair of rubber gloves? For fun? Now put up or shut up. I want to see evidence that proves I was in the room with the body.
Take that!
That's a good little hint. They hinted at the rubber glove being in there. Remind me, Mr. Sawit, what were you doing when you discovered the body?
How many times do I was practicing my pet styling techniques.
Of course. Then perhaps this rubber glove might mean something to you.
That's...
This glove was found by the victim's body. I believe it was dropped by the killer. And I can't help but notice that you have a similar glove tucked into your apron.
No, this one's different.
Yes, that one does seem awfully lonely, doesn't it?
It's just a rubber glove. There are hundreds of them all over the prison. This doesn't prove anything.
Not yet, perhaps, but if I were to ask the police to check this glove for prints, I have a feeling the results would be rather fascinating. I can't say all that gua. It's over. That was a pretty rad objection. Please, Fender, now is not the time for tomfoolery. But I have a legit objection because this isn't over. There's something that still doesn't make sense. Our man here's a prisoner, right? And he's got one of those bracelet doohickeys on. That's true. So how could he have left his workshop in the first place? His bracelet would have triggered the alarm if he tried. Right, we don't have a good explanation for that yet. Well, anything you'd like to share, good buddy? We're all friends here. That's weird. He should be clinging onto that bracelet like the big round lifesaver it is. In what way? As in, it's the best hope our wig-flinging friend here has for getting off the hook for murder. Sorry, can't get into the crime scene with a bracelet on. If it was me, I'd be arguing that for my life. And yet, he hasn't said a peep about it. I wonder why that might be, The sound of silence. I suppose Mrs. Law Priestess did preach that silence is golden yesterday, too. Whoa, you sounded like an actual attorney for a second there, Mr. Fender. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles. Gregory taught me that. It was part of the attorney's code he lived by. So,
friend. What's the dealio? Why are you so coy about your bracelet? Well, to tell you the truth, it's broken. Broken? I fell over a little while back, you see, and hit it on the floor. After that, it didn't seem to set the sensors off anymore. I should have told the guards about it, I know, but, well, it was awfully convenient. I see. So your bracelet is broken. But do they really break that easily? If so, then this prison is a serious security problem. You there, could we have a moment? Oh, our Mewtwo is the cutest. Ahem. Meow, how can I help you, sir? This prisoner's bracelet appears to be broken. What? Really? That's not good. I'll get someone to find a replacement right away. Thank you. We'll keep hold of the broken one for the time being. Okay.
Alright. That is not a perfect stopping point, but it's good enough for now. I'm gonna try to get another one of these locked off soon, and maybe I'll meter them out, so I'll post one, I don't know, a week or something. But I'm really digging this. I'll play these when I have time and try to backlog them as much as I can, try to post them more regularly. And I have a couple ideas for scripted videos that I would really like to try. I want to make a Great Ace Attorney scripted video, because I think people are into that, and I think that's one of the most interesting Ace Attorney games. Great Ace Attorney is really like dense, in my opinion, in a way that most Ace Attorney games aren't, and I think there's a lot to say about it. So I'm thinking about that. I've got Danganronpa stuff I really want to make, but I just don't know if people would be into that, because this is like an Ace Attorney channel and following. And then I really want to make a Turnabout Samurai video, so I've got a lot of stuff that if I had more time I'd be cranking out. But thanks for watching this. I really enjoyed it. I'm really, really into this series, more than I thought I would be. And I think the pacing of this case is really, really great. I really like all the characters. Frank Sott's a little bit whatever, but I think I would like it if he had an animal. That gimmick is just so cute to me. So I think, you know, his breakdown of throwing his wig is like, yeah, I like that. I remember that. But so it goes. It was cool seeing him. I like Eddie Fender a lot. I'm glad we're teaming up. I think that's a nice touch mechanically. I like Eustace Winter and Verity as antagonists, and I'm really into this case. So I don't know how long it is, but I'm eager to keep it going. So let me know what you guys think. If you've got any tidbits about like the fan translation that predated this, I'm always super interested in that. Tell me what you're thinking about this. If you've got any ideas or stuff that you're noticing while playing it, let me know, because I really like hearing from you guys. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.